Hi guys, this is Loukisha and welcome back to Loukisha Story. Tonight is definitely Monday night infusion for me, and I'm actually doing just a little more prep here, and then we're going to get that infusion going with myself and the kids. Um, my setup is a little different today. Normally, you guys see me with the whole setup here, but Ryan's passed out, so he's crashing and crashed for the night, so a little bit unorthodox, kind of way of doing it tonight. But, hey, it's always good to be a little, just able to go with the flow and just be spontaneous and be able to do things and have a fix as, quickly as I possibly can have. One of the things that people have been asking me about is the ways that HAE has affected maybe other parts of my body. Has it intensified certain things? Has it caused other problems that I didn't have before? And the short answer is yes. Yes, it has. The long answer is I can just kind of explain and just kind of talk a little bit in detail of some of those things that have that it has taken, been kind of interesting and has taken a toll on my body in some ways. One of them is my jaw. I've explained that most of my swells happen to be in this region here. So, in my face, my lips, my jaw, my tongue, and then in my throat. And so with that, it has, with the swells that can go on, and it can last for hours while we're waiting for the medicine to kick in. And that would happen to be my jaw. For some strange reason, I do not know why, my body seems to like when I do have a facial swell, my jaw will twist to this side. And so it will literally be lips really, really fat, face fat, and then you will actually see where my face is twisted, where they almost think I've had a stroke. But I haven't. And with that, unfortunately, it dislocates my jaw right in here. I've had that happen a little bit on this side, but a lot on this side here. And so because of years of having that happen, I now have to be extremely careful with my jaw. I can't open my mouth super wide. It'll actually get stuck where it'll lock with my mouth stuck open. And it's so excruciating. It hurts so badly. I have to do a lot of massaging and trying to do things to coax it back. And then when it does, it normally slams down shut, which sends a whole nother level of pain shooting through my face. And so because of that, I have to really change my eating habits, and what I used to eat before and what I eat now, it varies greatly. I have to make sure that whatever it is, it's not, I don't have to open my mouth too much. It's not too much of intense, like having to pulverize and, break up food. Straws are my friends. I know in light of all of the dialogue that's been going on about straws, I understand that, and I believe that we do need to take care of our mother planet, but at the same time, I think that there has to be a way to come to some kind of understanding and to be able to accommodate people like myself who either have a rare disease that's done something or they have a disability and they rely heavily on straws. When my jaw is messed up, I have smoothies. I drink, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to drink anything during that time. So I heavily, heavily rely on them. And so I hope that we're able to come to some kind of place and some kind of dialogue of just being able to find a way to have things where it could work for everyone. So it's win-win for us, people and the planet. So don't know what that is, but I hope we're able to, find that out. If you're curious about it, I did put a little bit of a talk from last week, and there's a table that's connected with it, which kind of breaks down the different kind of materials that they have kind of suggested for straws. It also says it shows the reason why it works or it doesn't work, or if it's a danger or the expense of it, and just kind of all those things. So maybe I'll put a link, that in the description box below. Check it out, share it with others. Hopefully it creates a good dialogue with people. Definitely don't want to come off as seeing confronting not wanting to make anybody feel bad or guilty or like the bad guy or anything, because it's not about that. But I just think that talking and having a good dialogue, I think, can solve many of things. The next thing that I kind of have to deal with is people have asked questions about, they see the lovely scarring on my throat. Let's see if I can get here a little closer. So you can see this one here. I don't know, there's probably some more so on this side over here. You can see those on my neck. And those came from, I've had a tracheotomy. I've had 3. And that is because my airway was compromised, or my tongue was so swollen, my airway started to close. So they were doing intubations and stuff. And then after a while, the swells were just happening so fast. And so whatever, they were so worried. They wanted to secure an airway. So I've had to have trachs. There was several doctors who wanted me to leave it in, and I fought with them because of the care it takes to take care of a trach, trying to make sure you have a sterile area, a very clean area that you're doing it. Having that open, it's all about, germs and getting sick, and you don't have the moisture that comes through from your mouth and saliva, and so it becomes very dry, it's very irritable, and I just had lots of problems with them, and so I haven't had one in a very long time. If it's necessary and you have to have one, I totally understand it, but for me to keep it in permanently, it just wasn't a good option for me, and maybe it is for others, but for me, it just wasn't a good option. And so with those, it has created scars. I tend to keloid, and it's just a really fancy smashy word for, your body just goes overboard in healing a certain area. So that's why you'll see the kind of little raised marks and things on my neck and stuff, and that's why the scarring there is pretty more pronounced than maybe it would be for somebody else. Another thing is with my having trachs and also being intubated. I've had some through my nose, which are not fun and are really, really difficult. Ones through your mouth are a lot easier to deal with. But with that, it's also affected my voice at times. And so I think I shared in a post not that long ago that some of you may not know I used to sing. And I was part of a group, and I was not too far from having my CD played on a radio station and a lot of things. And we had some things happen within the group, and it just didn't happen. And I just became so hurt and just so disillusioned with music, because when you get into the business, some of you may know or not know, it's not as easy, and it's not always about the music. And so I just went silent for a while, and I just didn't sing for a couple of years, just stopped singing. And then when my daughter was born, I started to sing more. Then I had my first intubation, and my voice isn't ruined, but it definitely isn't what it used to be. And so sometimes I've had to feel like, oh my gosh, I wasted time and I threw that away, and I should have did this or that, and I had to just mourn it and move on. And some days are better than others. Sometimes it's easy to hit high notes and sing, and other times it isn't. And I've just learned how to embrace that and be okay with it. You guys can probably hear a little bit of a rasp in my throat, and my voice, I should say. And, it's not like a, just kind of, sexy voice or anything. It's a sign I have a little bit of laryngeal swelling going on. And so it's a great thing that it's infusion night tonight. Nothing too crazy where I feel like it's in danger. If it was, I would immediately stop filming and I'd be doing my rescue shot and all that stuff. But that's not needed for, tonight. Other ways that it makes difficult: veins, hard to access. So the scarring that you see over here, it's from having central lines and EJs, put in, just because my body doesn't like it. Try to put in my arms. I've had 2 in each arm, 1 in each arm. They put in at the same time, and after so many hours on the dot, it just was gone. Other times they've tried to do it. As soon as they start to push fluids through, it infiltrates and it's over. So because of that, I have to have EJs, or I have to have central lines put in, PICC lines put in. I've had the pleasure of having one in my groin area. That was oh, so not fun to have that one. I don't like it. PICC line was really cool. It was really easy, but then it also comes with its own things. You know, the longest I had one in was about a year and a half, and it just really hampered, you know, just my ability to do stuff. I was worried when I was wheeling in my wheelchair, not pulling it out. Showers aren't easy to take. You have to put a glove over it and all that kind of stuff. And it just was too much for me. And my body doesn't like foreign things in it. It will attack it viciously. So a port is not a thing for me. Plus, the medications increase your chance of a blood clot. Many, many years ago, I had a surgery. I was on birth control pills at that time. Did not know that that would be something that contribute to blood clots, and so I had one. I haven't had anything since, but since that time, though, I have noticed that I have issues with that. That it doesn't, they won't give me a port. They just said no ports for me because of the way that it increases problems for blood clots and stuff. Let's see. Another thing is that getting sick, if I get a cold, has something going on in my throat, it can cause a swell. I've had my laryngeal, you know, with the, you know, you can hear that raspiness. It gets even worse. And I've had my uvula to swell. And so it makes it feel like you're choking and gagging. I've had my tonsils get really huge in my throat. So I have to be really, really careful. And I have to just really remove myself when it's cold flu season. Everybody has masks, gloves, everything. When I go out, sometimes mask, gloves, and things. And I don't care if people look at me strangely because I don't want to get sick. Also having other injuries, you know, my hip and my knee. I'll put that story, link of the story down in the box also. When it gets acting up, it starts to have problems, but it swells even more than what it normally would because of the HAE and because, you know, one of the things is inflammation. So that makes it difficult too. Well, I realize that this video, see, I'm tired too. You can see it in my eyes. I'm tired, but it's going rather long, and I need to go ahead and bring it to an end because you guys are probably like, this is a little long today, so I apologize for that, but I hope that answered some questions. If you have more, put them in the comment, section below. I will try to get to them as soon as possible and answer them, whatever the questions may be. Of other things, after you read about the my accidents for my hip and knee, I don't know, you may have more questions about that as well. I'm more than willing to do that. And so thanks so much for spending this time with me for, Monday night infusion. And just remember that everybody has a story to tell. So don't be afraid to tell yours. Please remember, subscribe to this channel. You also want to click the notification thing, get that little ding, 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 so you know I posted something new. You can go check me out on my Facebook group, Loukisha Story. You can find me on my Google Plus Loukisha Story, on the Twitter Loukisha Story, and you can also email me, loukisha.story@gmail.com. And so I hope you guys have an amazing week. Not sure if I'll do another video this Thursday or if I'll write something, but thanks so much, you guys, for all you do. Thank you for this journey, and be talking to you guys real soon. So take care. Bye.